to bestow the precious Dharma teaching. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-Ming, homage to Master Sakya Zheng-Kong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dubdan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice today, Yellow Jambala, the Vaisravana, Tsumo, Danzan Katso, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening. How do you do?
Hola amigo, te quiero mucho. Skoin, ichiban, kimochi, Jumi, Yapi, Purin, Konbanwa.
The four great ladies from California have gone back home for how long? The fourth day now. Last week I have spoken that they came here for the drought in California and the forest fire. They came especially to the Seattle Lichang Temple, to the Dragon King, and to pray and beg for 6 days to the Dragon King. Golden Mother instructed the four heavenly kings, Vaisravana, Viruddhaka, Virupaksa, Drashtarashtra, followed the Dragon King from our dragon altar. They went south to California. Where at the dining hall, they asked me, will it rain? And I replied, soon. Soon. And at first, there was going to be 70% rain, and after praying to the Dragon King, so it was increased to 80%. So in California, it's going to rain about 80%.
很快这样子。然后他四大妈呢，在这里求。
So I said
陈
soon
传芳、
the four great ladies are Linda Chung,
蒋冠龙、
Ruby Sun, Amy Jiang,
4位
and Teresa Wei, the four
在
ladies.
这里每天他们绕着龙王求。
They
龙王
prayed
很
to
感
the
动，
Dragon King every day
而且
here,
这个陈
circumambulating.
传芳还特别讲笑话给龙王听。
So the Dragon King was very moved, especially
龙王哈哈大笑，
the Dharma Sister
就答应
Linda
这件事。
told jokes to him. So the Dragon King
现在
laughed
从这个
heartily
加
and
州他
agreed
们
to their
消息
request.
传来，下个礼拜开始会连续下一个礼拜。
And now we got the news that starting next week, there'll be rain for the whole week.
因为连生看那个气象图啊，
Because Master Lian Seng
明天就开始下了。
checked the weather forecast. It starts raining tomorrow.
那个云层非常的厚
So the clouds are very
啊
thick, very solid.
啊，云层有照出来，非常的厚，非常的扎实。
They had a photo of
机
it,
会开始下，一直
and it'll continue to rain
加州的
non-stop.
旱灾
So the drought in California
森
has
林
been
大火也可以
alleviated,
解决。
and the forest fire has also been controlled.
这个四大妈在加州啊，
So the four great
非
ladies
常的高兴。
is extremely happy in California.
你看我们这个
So
龙王非
see,
常灵感，
our Dragon King is very responsive.
四天王非常灵感，
The four heavenly kings are very responsive.
而他们赶来求医也是对的。那赶
So it
过来
was
求医
right
也
for
是对的。
them to rush over here to pray,
到了11月多的时候再来求雨的话，雨已经下过了。
because if they came in November, then the rain would have fallen already.
所以他们
Right.
求了雨，
So after they
马上
prayed, immediately
相应到
they received the
加州
response.
的这个旱灾跟森林。
So the drought and forest fire in
全世界上都知
California
道
were known to the whole world.
上个礼拜我就讲了，
And last week I have said,
很快
soon
马上就会有雨。
there'll be
4个人
rain.
而且孙爱珍
The four of
她是
them. And
这个
Ruby
相应的
Sun
观世音菩萨，
has gained spiritual union with
魏
Guan
思
Yin
妍
Bodhisattva.
他的父母
And
做了
Teresa Wei
几千坛，
has done thousands of Homa.
蒋冠龙
And
是非常
Amy
优秀
Jiang
的。
is a very excellent disciple.
你看四个人一道，陈传芳也是优
And
秀的弟子。
Linda Chung too is also an excellent
所
disciple.
以说缘呐，缘分
And all
就是这
four
样
of
子。
them came. So that's what affinity is
我
all
们四
about.
个人合起来的力量，
The
上回
power
第一
of
次求
all
雨的时
four
候
of
也
them
是四个
together.
人合起来，就把
Last
加
time,
州的这个
when
旱
they're
灾
praying
给它
for
解除
rain,
掉，
was also by all four of them
跟森林
together.
大火解除掉。
So
现在
they
第二次
resolved
求雨，
the drought and forest fire. This
求了
was
不到一
their
个礼
second
拜，
time.
马上就下雨。
And they prayed for less than 1 week, and immediately it
他
rained.
们四个人真的是，
So these
到时
four
候全
people
世界有
really.
旱灾啊，
So whenever there's drought around the world,
你看这是卫星云图，
oh, this is the
来厚厚的 一层
the internet
啊，
map,
绿色的，然后一直往加州那边
very thick green, moving toward California.
一直往加州移。
This is the satellite forecast. And tomorrow it will start. So the four ladies would be famous around the world. Wherever there's a drought, you can ask four of them to go. Did we pay money to invite them? They made offering to the Dragon King. Did the Seattle Temple donated anything for their prayers to the Dragon King? No. And how about Rainbow Temple? Did you donate anything? No. So they pay for themselves? They paid for their own travels too. Just because of Grandmaster's statement, they flew here. And they bought the offerings themselves, and they made offerings to the Dragon King continuously for 6 days. And they paid for their own hotels. So in the future, if you ask them to come, you should be ethical. Because the four of them, when they pray for rain, they always responsive. See, 1 week later. Otherwise, there's not. It's impossible to have such huge clouds over California, and it'll rain for 1 week. So the spiritual response is very special. The four heavenly kings help, and the Dragon King got there together. Our Dragon King here is very responsive. And the four ladies also vowed, if it rains, they will repaint the Dragon King pavilion there. So very responsive, right? So we want to be thankful to them, all four of them. I often refer to them as four small girls from California. Why did I want to stress? Because they have power. For the VIPs at the Taiwan Temple, I would always say, four small girls from California. Because these four have power, and then when they pray together, then the Dragon King would listen. The eldest one is 80. The youngest one is in her 70s. Oh, so they work hard. Let me tell a joke. Li Bai is a Chinese poet. Li Bai said, I am Li Bai. I don't like to go eat at other people's house. And he doesn't go to dinner party because before they eat, they always say, oh, this is playful of Chinese. You an idiot. It's playful of Chinese. The moonlight in front of the bed, it looks like the frost looking up to the moon. My head drooping, thinking of my homeland. And this joke is about Indian. The Indian kid was predicting that there would be a stock crash the end of the year and there would be a new coronavirus next year. Is that true? So this is a joke. If this really happens, I have warned you. But if none of this happened, he would say that, hey, I prayed for it and alleviated. But for us, praying to the Dragon King about the rain, I have talked about it beforehand. If they pray together, then there would be heavy rain in California. It's not that just like 2 drops, but that's not the case. It's going to rain for 1 week. There are 4 joyous occasions in human life. What are they? The first one is the wedding night. It's a very joyous occasion, right? But incapable. You're being listed as passing the exam, but it was somebody else with the same name. And you're meeting someone from your hometown in other countries, and yet it's your creditor. They want you to pay back your money, his money. And then after a long period of droughts, you encounter water. It's only for 2 drops. But today, there'll be 1 week rain. So that's the credit of the 4 ladies from California. Someone asks, why the Buddhists are on the northern hemisphere? And someone answered, because Namo Amitabha. That's also play of words of Chinese, because in the south there are no Amitabha. Okay, now let's get to the subject. Wow, such a long question. Whoa, then my answer should be short. From Singapore, Lianhua Yichai. A precious lineage guru, living Buddha Lien Seng. I would like to ask how to practice the offering Dharma practice. In making offering, it's often mentioned that make the offering above to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, in the middle to the protectors and gods, and below to sentient beings. But in the practice procedure, in the visualization, we only visualize Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and there is no visualization for the 6 sentient beings of the 6 rebirth realms below. So how should we visualize and how should we make the offering? Thank you for your teaching. That was asked by Lian Hua Yi Cai from Singapore. So offering items, you say offering above to the Buddhas, in the middle to the protectors, gods, and below to all sentient beings. So offering above to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and in the middle to all the heavenly beings, and below to all sentient beings. So how should we make the offerings and visualize? Can someone answer? Then she said, make the offering equally and indiscriminately. So you have chanted it. You make the offering above to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, in the middle to all heavens, and below to sentient beings of the 6 rebirth realms. You have made the offering, and you have chanted it. It's been offered. That's good enough. That's according to Lian Xu. No difference. Just chanted. Good enough. Right? Everybody said right. Because if you want to do it in details, like you differentiate between Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and then all the heavenly realms, like say the realm of no form, the realm of form, the realm of desire, and then you differentiate between the 6 rebirth realms. Then just to make one offering, it'll take you the whole day, from morning to night. So there's no need to differentiate them. Just make the offering equally. So what then she said was right too. That's the answer to Lian Hua Yi Cai from Singapore. From Republic of China. I don't have any political view. I just read it. Some people say the Republic of China, some people say Taiwan, because it's written here. So whoever printed it, it's that person's responsibility, not mine. Lian Hua Lin Yong from Taiwan. I don't have any political stand. I don't get involved in politics. Beloved Grandmaster and Simu, may I ask, in your book, number 75, True Buddha Dharma Amidst Dharma, in an article, the 5th instructions and procedure to enter Samadhi, the secret practice, you wrote about the order and key formulas of meditation. Should we do it before or after the 9th cycle Buddha breathing of the main part of the practice? Is it before or after the 9th cycle Buddha breathing? Also, for a novice who just starts meditating, is it appropriate to do the visualization of step 3 through 6? That's the first question. No. There's so many questions. Step 1. First, visualize oneself to become the Yidam. We become bright and radiant just like the Yidam. We are identical with the Yidam. This is a method to eradicate all afflictions and manage myriad thoughts. As we sit, we visualize the Yidam's eyes, ears, nose, mouth, face, body, and all of the Yidam's bright, magnificent bodily appearance to be our own. We utilize the Yidam to manage and purify the myriad thoughts. This is the thought of oneness, single-mindedness. What is your question then? Step 2. Visualize an 8-petaled lotus at our heart chakra. Inside the lotus, there is the Yidam's mantra syllables which radiate light. Inside each light, there is a Yidam, and the Yidam fills the whole cosmos. This is the realm of radiating light. Not only our whole body radiates light, our heart chakra also radiates light, which reaches the whole universe. Up and below in all 10 directions, reaching beyond affinity. It becomes the supreme scene of omnipresent great brilliance. Our skin pores and the world are illuminated in this bright radiance. Return to zero. Step 3. Due to the magnificent realm of light illumination, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the 10 directions descend and abide in the sky. Where there is celestial music, praises by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, celestial flowers shower, celestial dragons and protectors of the 8 divisions, the heavens shower nectar and rainbow light appears in the sky. All auspicious signs appear in the sky. As long as one reaches the realm of light illumination, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, protectors, Dakini, celestial dragons, and maidens will come. At this time, the realm is where one is the only one among the heavens and the earth. The Yidam and practitioner should generate the mighty vow. If I don't deliver sentient beings, who will? If I don't enter hells, who will? Even when my body breaks into pieces, I am fearless. I am the Buddha. Step 4. Oh no, more question. The Yidam and oneself invoke our parents, father on the right, mother to the left, and in front of me there are all those who hate, harm, or hinder me. Then invoke the 10 kinds of sentient beings to come to below me. And they are the heavenly beings, humans, asuras, hell's-hungry ghosts, animals, and those beings born through moisture, eggs, wombs, transformation. This way, with the Yidam at the center, the 10 kinds of sentient beings form a circle below. The Yidam radiates light upon one's parents, enemies, and all sentient beings. They receive salvation and deliverance from the Yidam. They create affinities with the Buddha, demonstrate body, so the future, due to the seed of the Buddha's light of the Yidam, they all attain Buddhahood. This is the secret practice in delivering sentient beings. The Buddhas delivering sentient beings. Step 5. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the sky transform to become drops of light, and below all 10 kinds of sentient beings become drops of light too. The light drops above merge with the Yidam. The light drops below also merge with the Yidam. They all merge to become one, all lights. The time dimension whizzes into infinity, thus producing the transcendent power of knowing past lives and other minds. The space dimension merges with infinity, and that's the power of fleetedness, divine eye, divine ear. By breaking the space and time dimensions, none of this can obstruct the Yidam. One is endowed with the 6 transcendent powers. One masters spontaneous activities and attains the highest and the right equality and realization. endowment of the 6 transcendent powers. Step 6. The yidam and dharma flow of the cosmos completely unite and merge into one. One's body becomes clear light radiance like the sky. This is also the realm of nirvana, the ocean of light of the dharma realm, and all Buddhas are one body. Great emptiness and self-mastery. This is the highest and unexcelled realm. This is returning to the naga, great meditative stability, or the great emptiness samadhi, or the utmost supreme meditation of emptiness of the ocean of the vital nature. This is nirvana, unmoved suchness. Living Buddha Lianzong believes that the fifth instruction on the stages of samadhi and their secret practice are: first, to return to single-mindedness; second, to return to zero; third, I'm the Buddha; fourth, the Buddha is delivering sentient beings; fifth, the endowment of the 6 transcendent power; and sixth is the unmoved suchness. Two Buddha school disciples, relying on the fifth instruction of the secret practices to enter samadhi, are determined to attain the highest attainments and to attain the ultimate truth in samadhi. So what's your question? These are all actually written in Grandmaster's book. So this article was talking about the fifth instruction and procedure to enter samadhi, the secret practice. In the main part, you should chant mantra, or should this visualization be done before or after the 9 cycle Buddha breathing? And for people who are new to meditation, is it okay if they don't do visualization step 3 to 6? So those were his questions. What's your answer? Let me ask all of you. We all know the beginning part of the practice. In the Dharma practice, there's the beginning part. Sitting in the 7 postures, the great prostration, great offering, fourfold refuge, repentance, great prostration, great offering, fourfold refuge, the 4 immeasurables, repentance. This mostly the beginning part, and sitting in 7 posture. And the main part, visualization, mantra chanting, enter samadhi. Visualization, mantra chanting, entering samadhi, and forming the mudra. And the last part of the practice is merit dedication, praises. That's the ending part. So, of course, chanting mantra is part of the main practice. 9 cycle Buddha breathing. You first visualize, then chant the mantra, and then perform 9 cycle Buddha breathing and enter meditation. It should be like that, right? So now my answer to Lianhua Lin Yong. First you visualize, and then chant mantra, and then perform 9 cycle Buddha breathing and enter samadhi. That's the typical steps in the main part of the practice. And in the beginning, you only need to visualize to the single-mindedness. Step 1. If you cannot even be single-pointed, then you need to train. Even just that, it will take a long time. Therefore, the Buddha once said, the yoga of concentration. Returning to oneness or single-mindedness, that's the yoga of concentration. So, how is this? That the yidam is you and you are the yidam. That's all the visualization that you need. You start from step 1. Only after you can completely be single-pointed with the yidam, then you continue with step 2. And after you succeed in step 2, you move on to step 3. Many people cannot even do step 1 because step 1 alone is already meditation. If you can stop all thoughts and then concentrate and focus only on one point, that's meditation, that's yoga. Then the yidam is already in spiritual union with you. If you practice until you're in spiritual union with the yidam, then you have hope to be reborn in the Pure Land. But if you don't gain spiritual union with yidam, no need to mention anything else. If you have not been in spiritual union with yidam, how can you talk about nirvana? How about the 8-petal lotus opening and the yidam's mantra, syllables, radiating light? But you have not gained spiritual union with yidam. How could the yidam emit light? It's already extremely difficult to return to zero. That's the realm of no thoughts. How many people in this world that can be no thought? In the True Buddha Sutra, it's written that the realm of no thought is the precious Dharma treasure. And then the pure body, speech, and mind is the Dharma treasure, precious Dharma treasure. So when you return to zero, that's the realm of no thought. Anybody that can reach that realm, please raise your hand. Nobody. So all you have to do is just step 1. That's my answer to Lian Hua Ling Yong. If you can be single-pointed and gain spiritual union with yidam, if you are truly single-minded or single-pointed, then you have gained spiritual union with yidam, then you have hope to be reborn in the Pure Land. These are all very profound and mystical. The part that I just chanted earlier. Oh, only 2 people who asked, but it looked really long, so many. It turned out they were not questions. The so-called questions are not questions, and because they are not questions, they are questions. Or in Chinese also, problems. A girl went to the fortune teller, and the fortune teller said that your romantic life will go very smooth. And the girl asked, really? And the fortune teller said, yeah. Because not even a ghost. Because if you have no marriage, then it will go smoothly. I think there's a joke. Let me check. We often say that marriage is the tombstone of romantic love. And dating is checking the feng shui or the
再来呢，
geomancy, huh?
你对他表白，男的对你的表白，女的对男的表白啊，
If they express their
自
love,
己挖坟墓，自掘
that's
坟
like
墓。
you are digging your own graves.
那么结婚是什么呢？
And
是
what
双
is
双殉去。
a marriage?
移情别恋是什么呢？ 是迁
It's
坟，
a double
把坟墓迁走。
double graves. But if you
那
have
小
an
三是什
affair,
么呢？
that's
是
like
盗
you're
坟
moving your
者。
grave. And the mistress is the one who steals
这婚姻
from
实
the
在是不是
graves.
很好的，真
So
的有
marriage is really
有
not a
长
good
久的
thing.
婚姻也是很不简单的事。
It's really not easy to have a long marriage.
我们今天讲《金刚经》了哈，
Today we will talk about Vajra Sutra.
我们讲这个一相无相分第9，
Now we will talk about chapter
一
9.
相无相分第9。
One phenomena, no phenomena.
一相
One
就等于无
phenomena
相，
is the same as no phenomena.
这是第9品，第9品。
This is chapter 9.
一相就是无相，
One phenomena
This is
is no phenomena.
这个佛问须菩提，
The Buddha
Subhuti
asked Subhuti,
一意云何？
Subhuti, what do you think?
须陀，再来这个字，3点水，
How do I pronounce this word?
那个读作还。须陀洹能作是念，我得须陀洹果不？这是释迦牟尼
Can
佛
a
问
stream enter a
须菩
thing
提
this
言，
way?
须菩提
I
复
have attained the
不也，
fruition of a
是
stream enterer.
何以故？
And Subhuti replied, No, world honored one.
须陀洹
Why?
名为
Because
入流，
Sotapanna
无
is
所
called the
入，
stream enterer, yet he does
不
not
入
enter anything.
不入
He does not
色
enter
声香味
form,
触法，
sound, smell,
是
taste,
名
touch, nor
须陀
anything at
洹。
all. Therefore, he is called a stream enterer
这一段
or
我跟大家
Sotapanna.
解释。
Let me explain this piece.
其实再来几段都是同样问题。
Actually, they're all
我
similar
们知道
questions.
阿罗汉
We
最
know
高的，
Arhat is the highest one.
阿罗汉分4等，
There are 4 kinds of
一
arhats.
个刚刚讲的入流
The first one is the stream enterer.
出果阿罗汉，
It's the
须陀洹
initial level of arhatship.
再来2果，
Or Sotapanna, stream enterer.
2
Second
果阿罗汉，
is the second level of arhats. It's
Ida.
called once returner
3果
or
阿罗汉，
Sakadagami. And the
不还
third one, the third
4
level
果阿
of
罗汉
arhats is non-returning. And the
叫
fourth
做离世，
level of arhatship
离
is
世，
abandoning.
这是阿罗汉的
The
4个
world.
境界。
So
阿罗
they're
汉
the
分
4
4，
levels
也
of
就是修
arhatship.
这个苦集灭道。
So they practice the 4 noble truths.
这个
And attain
佛问须
arhatship.
菩提，
The Buddha asked Subhuti,
一意云何？
What do you think?
这个须陀洹能作是念，我得须
Can
陀
a
洹
stream
果
enter a
不？
thing
须菩提言不也。
this way? I have
Okay,
attained the
next
fruition of stream enterer. Subhuti replied, No, world
你不
honored
能
one.
讲，
That is right. You cannot say it,
我现在是佛，
that I am a Buddha now.
你也不能讲我是
You
菩萨，
cannot say that you are
你也
Bodhisattva
不能
either.
讲
You
我是阿罗
also
汉，
cannot say that you're an arhat.
不能讲
You cannot say
身在其中，
because when you, because you are amidst it, because it's just a name. Buddha is a name, Bodhisattva, Arhat, all just a name. Sotapanna is also just a name.
现在讲哦，我得须陀洹果部，我已经得到须陀洹果部。如果有一个人 修这个，他已经
I have attained the fruition of a stream enterer or not. If someone has become a stream enterer,
我已经得到须陀洹，
and yet he says that I have attained
就须菩提讲
the fruition of a stream
没有
enterer.
这样子的。
And Subhuti said, no, not
这个须陀洹
the case. Word on the
名为
point.
入
Why?
流而无所
Because Sotapanna is called the stream enterer, yet he does not enter anything.
什么叫做入流？
So what is the stream enterer?
什么叫入流？
What is it?
我告诉大家了。
Okay,
不
let
要
me tell
不要
you.
问了，因为这里也没有礼品，
And I don't need to ask because I have no gifts.
问了也没有奖品，你回答对了也没有奖品了。
Even if you answer
在山上
correctly,
还有一点
there's
奖品，
no
这
gifts.
里完全没有奖品了。
But at the Rainbow
就请你
Temple,
喝一
they
杯
have
水吧。
something. All I can offer is just a cup of water.
我抽屉里面有啊，我藏在里面。
Inside the drawer. Oh, it's hidden.
抽屉里面有鸟。
There's a bird. Inside the
不见了。
drawer.
给人家拿走了。
They're gone. They're taken away
抽
by
屉里
someone.
面只有
That's all they have, a bird.
所以我跟大家讲啊，答对了，有什么鸟用？
That's why I say, what use is answering correctly, but in Chinese it's like with the bird.
啊，我告诉你，什么叫入流呢？
Let me tell you what is the
我们这
stream
个
enterer.
进到这个西雅图雷藏寺的大饭店、餐厅呐、
When we enter into the
前面不是
cafeteria
有
of
一
the
有
Seattle
一
Lechang
尊吗
Temple,
宾陀卢吗？
at the front there is a Pindolu.
宾陀卢就是入流，
Pindolu was a stream enterer.
宾陀卢就是入流。
Pindolu is a stream
住世
enterer.
的阿罗汉，住在这
And
娑婆世界的阿罗汉，
he's an
就是叫做
arhat
入流。
living in the Saha world.
我们这个
All
流
arhats
字啊
living in the Saha world are
把
called
它
the
看
stream
成
enterer.
人欲横流，
So
人欲横流，
the stream, we
入
we
流
view the
你进入
stream
这个
like
水里面
a
这条水是什么？
like a human
五
desires, like
浊
the
恶世
stream. And what is the stream? Is the contaminated world.
它这个叫做入流，
So that's called the
住世
stream
阿罗汉
enterer.
叫做入流。它进到娑婆
The
世界
the
的
living
五浊恶
arhat
世。
in the Saha world,
那么我们宾陀卢
because they enter into the
入流的阿罗汉，在娑
contaminated
人
world
欲
of
横流之
samsara.
中，他是住世阿罗汉，叫做入流。
So Pindolu
这里很简
is
单跟大家
a
讲，
stream enterer or Sotapanna.
为什么
So why
石头横名为入流，而无所入？宾陀卢
that
虽然
why
住
the
住
Sotapanna
在
is called the
五浊
stream
恶世，
enterer, yet he does not enter anything.
他没有真正
So
进
although
入五浊
Pindolu
恶世，
lives in the contaminated
他
world,
保
but
持
he's
他的
not really
的
living in the contaminated
须
world.
陀横
He
须陀
maintains
环的这个清净，
the purity of the Sotapanna.
它是清净的，
He's pure. He's a pure arhat. Although he entered into the contaminated world of samsara, of human desire stream, but he's still a pure arhat. So it's the same as not entering the stream. Although he has entered the stream, but he's not entering the stream. So by entering the stream is the same as not entering the stream. Now do you understand? Most people will not understand. Why? You enter the stream, but you are not entering? What does it mean? So although he lives amidst the contaminated world, but he's not influenced or affected by the 5 contaminants. And why he's not affected? Subhuti replied, because he does not enter form, sound, smell, taste, touch, or anything at all. Therefore, he's called a sotabana, or stream enterer. So he does not enter form, sound, smell, taste, touch, or dharma, or anything at all. He's seated there, the long brow, and his mouth open. Sakyamuni Buddha image was hanged behind him. His mouth was open because he was punished by Sakyamuni Buddha to always live in samsara. So he cried. So the venerable with white long brows. So he does not enter form. Let me tell you, if there's a beautiful lady entering into the cafeteria, he would not glare at her. The womanizing eyes or drooling over her, but not him. He's unmoved. And the ugly one walking in, he would not be shocked. There's no form in his eyes. There's no looks. And if you sing, even when you sing beautiful songs to him, he does not enter. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, they all close off. So practicing is to close off the 6 thieves. That's Pindolu. When he was practicing at the Vulture Peak, the cave where he cultivated spiritually was very close to the cave of Sariputra. So he's my friend. I remember when I went to Kyoto, Todaiji. To Nara, the Gradakuta. Oh, in Nara, Todaiji, there was a Pendulu seated to the side. And I looked at into his eyes, and his eyes moved. So I said, Pendulu came. Pendulu is here. So go and touch his body. There was someone called Le-Liang and Yue-Qing. Le-Liang, Huang Yue-Qing. What is her family name? Huang. The sun and moon. They all followed me. And Lu-Ling had a terrible ulcer, stomach problem, so he's very skinny. When he heard that, he's very responsive. So you touch the body parts where you have problems. It was a big statue, so he climbed up and touched his stomach. And from that day on, his stomach was cured. His stomach ulcer. He could not touch any pineapple before. With a slice of pineapple, that his stomach would hurt. But now, he could eat the whole pineapple. I told Pendulu's here now. Go touch whichever part that's ailing on your body. At that time, I had athlete's foot, so I touched his feet. And from that day on, I don't have any athlete's feet anymore. Athlete's feet. If you are in the military, you always catch the athlete's feet, because they all wash the undies and socks, and they all get infected with the skin diseases, because it's a communal life. So many people together. They all have some skin problems. So I got athlete's feet and jock itch. It's really difficult to cure athlete's feet. But in Chinese it's called Hong Kong feet. Strange, why it's called Hong Kong feet? I say it in English, Hong Kong feet. You know, let me tell you, it's really difficult to cure it. After a few days, it would come back again. But I am completely cured of it. It never recurs. And Lu-Ling's stomach was cured after touching the Pendulu's body. So he's the Arhat living in samsara. He's the leader. There are many other Arhats living in samsara. He could have gone to the 4 saintly realms, but because he showed his transcendent power randomly, casually, so he was punished by Sakyamuni Buddha to stay in samsara. So today I'm explaining what is the so-called stream enterer, which is the initial fruition of our hardship, which is staying in samsara. Yet he does not enter anything. He does not enter look, sound, smell, taste, touch, or anything. And that's eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So you close off the 6 doors and you kill all the 6 thieves. We call them 6 thieves. In Cantonese, how do you say kid? Zai la. Zai. It sounds a little close to thief. The 6 thieves. It sounds like the zai in Cantonese.
宅是广东话就是
but
儿子
thieves,
小孩啊，
not kids.
你看吗？先修这个，
So you practice this first.
眼睛啊被色所
Eyes
迷，
are
耳
being
朵啊被靡靡之音所惑，
being
舌头
attracted
啊
or
被味
deluded by look,
啊
and the
被味
ears
道
by
所迷惑，
sound, and the tongue by taste,
鼻子啊喜
and the
欢香的，
nose loves the fragrant ones. But when you smell something
拒
stinky,
绝香的就喜
you
欢
would。reject it, and you would
这
like
是
the
人呐，人
things
的
that
欲
smell
望，
good. That's
眼耳鼻
human
舌身意，
desire.
色声香味触法，
Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and look, sound, smell,
这个
taste,
不入色
touch,
声香味触法，
or dharma, or
就
anything.
叫做须陀洹。
So when you do not enter look, sound, smell,
这已
taste,
经是
touch,
关
or
闭六识，
anything, then you're called the Sotapanna. That
就虽然
they
入
have
世，
closed
但
off the
其
six
实不受
doors.
五浊恶世的
Although they live in
烦恼，
samsara,
不受。
they are not affected by the five
所以
contaminants
我
of
讲这个
samsara.
这样应该很清楚。
So this
所以
my
你
explanation should be quite clear.
你读《金刚经》就是要了解《金刚经》的本身
So
的
if
本
you
意啊
read
很多人懂得
the Vajrasutra, you
都是
should
一天到晚念《金刚经》，
understand
早课
the real meaning
念
of the
晚
Vajrasutra.
课
Many
也念
people
金刚
chant
经，
it all
早
the
课也
time
念金刚经，
for the
他不
morning
知其意，
or
为什
for
么
the
是入
evening
流而不入？
homework.
明明是入流，为什么不入流呢？
So it's clear it is a stream
实在的
enterer,
话，
but why it's not a
入
stream
流
enterer?
就是不入流，
But really, a stream enterer does not enter the stream.
这是指这个他们
So
须陀
it refers to
须陀洹
Sotapanna.
最重要的，它就是入流。其实它
The
是不
most
入流。
important thing is that the stream enterer
有很多
actually
这种
does
话
not
啊，
enter the
金刚
stream.
经里
So
面
there are
里
many
面
this
提到
kind of phrases in the Vajrasutra.
什么意思？
What does it mean?
所以今天讲了，你们就明白。虽
Now
然他
you
处在
understand.
五浊恶世，其实他
Although
没有
he stays in the
用他的
contaminated world,
眼耳鼻舌身意
but
去接触到五
he does
浊
not
恶世，
use his eyes, ears,
这
nose,
个叫做
tongue, body,
须
and
陀
mind
洹，是一个果位。出
to
果阿罗汉。
touch the contaminated samsara.
我还告诉大
That's
家
the
就是
initial fruition of our hardship.
在我们西雅
Let
图
me
雷藏
tell
寺里
you
面，
another secret inside our Seattle Lechang temple.
在这里面
Inside
有
our
两
Seattle
有
temple,
两个
there are two
须陀洹、出果
Sotapanna.
阿罗汉，在这
The
里面
initial or hardship.
你们不知道的，你知道的话，
You don't
你
know.
可以跟他合掌礼拜，他也
If
会
you
应供。
do, you
什么叫
can
应供？
join your palms
应
and
该供，
pay homage to him.
应
And
该
he's
供
also called that
有
should be
两个
offered. There are
须陀
two
洹
of them, two
住在
Sotapannas
我们西雅图雷藏寺里，
living inside our Seattle Lechang temple.
这是跟大家讲的。我再讲一段好了，
Let
那
me
就
read.
讲这样就可以了。明天
Or
再
is that good enough for tonight and we'll continue tomorrow?
所以我跟大家解释什么叫入流。这个
So I
须陀
explain
洹
what
名
is
为入流，
Sotapanna. So the Sotapanna is called the
明天
stream
要讲的
enterer.
是一来，
And tomorrow we will talk about the once returner.
什么叫一来？
What is the once returner?
这修行还没有到达二果，你是二果阿罗汉，名叫做
That's the second second level of hardships. It's called the once returner.
他这里写着一往来，一往来，一往来。
It's called here.
明天我跟大家讲的清楚一点。
Yeah, I will talk about it tomorrow clearly. Because now we will talk about the stream enterer first.
问人家常常念金刚经的，
You can ask someone that often chant the Vajra Sutra.
须陀洹叫做入流。
You can ask, why is Sotapanna called stream enterer? What kind of stream does he enter? Some people will not know.
为什么叫不入流？
And since he's entered the stream, why is he not called the stream enterer? Why doesn't he enter the stream? Because he closed off the 6 thieves, which is the eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So that's why he does not enter into the look, sound, smell, taste, touch, or dharma. And they are not confused by the look, sound, smell, taste, touch, or anything. Anyone that reached that realm is called Sotapanna. Now do you understand?
明天再跟他解释什么叫一往来。
And tomorrow I will explain the once returner.
你问那常常念金刚经的，什么叫一往来？
And you ask those who often chant the Vajra Sutra, why is it called the once returner? They may not know. Why is it, you know, they're once returner, but also not once returner, or not called the once returner? What does it mean? I will explain clearly tomorrow.
有一个老先生有严重的听力问题。
There's an elderly gentleman who had problems with his hearing, and he's a rich man. He went to see a doctor. The doctor gave him a hearing aid that could recover 100% of his hearing. And this rich old man went back to see the doctor a month later. So your family must be really happy because you recovered your hearing. But the old man said, I can hear, but I did not tell my family members. I sat and listened to their dialogues, and I have changed my will. So by listening, he knows who is devoted to the parents and who should get inheritance and who should not. So be careful.
小明跟小华讲，
Xiaoming told Xiaohua, my girlfriend broke off with me. And Xiaohua said, there are so many flowers everywhere, just forget him. And Xiaoming said, it's impossible. Why? Xiaohua asked. Xiaoming said, because all the stuffs I give my girlfriend was on credit. Because every time I get the bill, I would think of her. Amitabha. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.